and a very good evening. You're watching the news at 6 on Rajya Sabha television. Here are the headlines this evening. Opposition protests against decision to replace National Commission for Backward Classes. Government denies Samajwadi Party's charge that backward communities will be dropped from OBC list. Government to bring in new law for consumer protection soon. Union Minister Ramvilas Paswan tells Upper House that it will impose stern punishment for misleading advertisements. Supreme Court issues notices to the Election Commission on petition seeking probe into the alleged EVM tampering. Central Poll Panel asked to file reply within 4 weeks. And hundreds gather in London's Trafalgar Square to remember victims of the attack near London Parliament. Death toll mounts to 5, 9 suspects in custody. Well, the opposition led by the Samajwadi Party accused the government of trying to abolish the OBC Commission in the Upper House on Friday. Samajwadi Party leader Ram Gopal Yadav alleged that the government's move to disband the commission smelled of a larger conspiracy to do away with reservation policy. The government vehemently denied the charges and affirmed that the constitutional position of reservation of SCs, STs and OBCs will continue.
The government's decision to replace the National Commission for Backward Classes with the National Commission for Socially and Educationally Backward Classes drew flack from the opposition on Friday. Raising the issue during 0 hour, SP's Ram Gopal Yadav claimed the National Commission for Backward Classes has been disbanded. He alleged that backward communities like Yadavs, Kurmis, Lodhas and Kushwaha were being removed from the OBC list and urged the members not to give legislative approval to the government's new body.
इस पहले के चरणबद्ध तरीके से यादवों को, कुर्मियों को, गुजरों को, लोधियों को और मौर्यों इन कुशवाहों को इनको धीरे-धीरे बैकवर्ड कम्युनिटी से बाहर लाने की ये साजिश है। इसके अंतर्गत ये लाया जा रहा है। हम इसका विरोध करते हैं और सारे सदन के लोगों कि ये संविधान संशोधन विधेयक यहाँ आए, राज्यसभा किसी कीमत पर पास न करे।
Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment Thawar Chand Gehlot sought to dispel the apprehensions of the opposition and asserted that the BJP supports the reservation policy. He also clarified that the new constitutional body will address grievances and claims of backward classes.
इस सरकार ने नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में ऐतिहासिक निर्णय लिया है। पिछड़े वर्ग के और गरीबों के हित में यह निर्णय लिया है। इस आयोग को संवैधानिक दर्जा देने का निर्णय लंबे समय से मांग की जा रही है। उस मांग को पूरा किया जा रहा है। संवैधानिक दर्जा मिलने के बाद इस आयोग को भी अनुसूचित जाति और जनजाति आयोग के भांति सभी समस्त अधिकार होंगे।
Gehlot's assertion failed to silence the opposition's protests. The SP members marched into the well while the Congress, JDU and the BSP members moved to the aisles. The chair then adjourned the House for 10 minutes.
House is adjourned for 10 minutes. 10 minutes ke liye.
The cabinet on Wednesday approved the National Commission for Socially and Educationally Backward Classes. It will examine requests for inclusion of any class of citizens as a backward class and hear complaints of over-inclusion or under-inclusion of any backward class. A constitutional amendment bill will be introduced in Parliament to confer constitutional status to the new commission. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, a new law for consumer protection is on the anvil. Consumer Affairs Minister Ramvilas Paswan informed the Upper House on Friday that the new law provides for stern punishment to entities that put out misleading ads.
The centre will soon introduce a new consumer protection law to impose stringent punishment for misleading advertisements on manufacturers, celebrities endorsing products and publishers. Consumer Affairs Minister Ramvilas Paswan apprised the Upper House during question hour that the proposal will soon be taken up by the cabinet.
अभी मैंने 18 तारीख को बैठक बुलाई थी, सारे कंट्रोलर को की बैठक बुलाई थी और सब लोगों से हमने कहा कि कि आप लोग राज्य से आते हो, इस पर कड़ी कार्रवाई करो जिससे कंज्यूमर के इंटरेस्ट की रक्षा हो सके। और आपके माध्यम से हम राज्य सरकार से आग्रह करना चाहते हैं कि जल्द से जल्द एक्शन लेकर के भेजने का काम करें।
Responding to another query, Agriculture Minister Radha Mohan Singh exuded confidence that India will be self-sufficient in pulses production in the next few years.
बम्पर उत्पादन दाल का लगभग 4.5-5 बिलियन टन होने का अंदाजा है, लेकिन फिर भी जितना चाहिए पहले से भी हमारे यहाँ कमी रही है, लेकिन बम्पर उत्पादन के बाद भी हमको उस स्थान पर हम अभी नहीं जा रहे हैं जितनी जरूरत है। तो इसमें हमको 2 साल समय लगेगा और हम जरूर विश्वास दिलाना चाहेंगे कि 2 साल 3 साल लगते लगते हम दलहन के मामले में भी आत्मनिर्भर करेंगे।
Responding to another supplementary, Rail Minister Suresh Prabhu informed the House that starting April 1st, waitlisted passengers can avail the opportunity of travelling in premier trains like Rajdhani or Shatabdi, even if they have booked tickets in other express trains for the same destination.
हमने कुछ समय 1 अप्रैल से योजना का लाभ होगा, जैसे मैंने परसों का उसको नाम है अल्टरनेट ट्रेन पे उसको लगाया जाएगा। उसमें कोई भी आदमी मेल एक्सप्रेस ट्रेन पे भी यदि आपने बुकिंग किया होगा और उसी दिशा में यदि राजधानी जा रही है तो आपको ऑप्शन रहेगा उसी किराए में आप राजधानी से भी सफर कर सकते हैं या दुरंतो से भी सफर कर सकते हैं। इसी योजना को भी हमने लागू किया।
Questions were also raised on use of solar pumps for irrigation and setting up of a forensic lab for animals in Gujarat. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Congress MP in the Rajya Sabha, Dr. T. Subbarami Reddy, raised the issue of murder of an Indian software professional and her 7-year-old son in the US. He urged the Prime Minister to take up the issue with the American President Donald Trump. Deputy Chairman P.J. Kurian also expressed shock over the incident and said that the matter should be taken up at the highest level. The government assured the House of safety of Indians in the US. Raising the issue during Zero Hour, Congress member T. Subbarami Reddy informed the Rajya Sabha that the wife and the son of an Indian software engineer were brutally killed last night in the US. Reddy alleged that hate crimes against Indians are on the rise in the United States.
It's a serious matter. 3 days back, Sushma Swaraj ji assured that they'll protect, they will take all efforts. But this is very dangerous. Just 2 weeks back, 2 people were killed. Again, 2 people again killed yesterday night means this. What I want is our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji must take with the President of America and take it very seriously.
Admitting the seriousness of the issue, Minister of State Parliamentary Affairs Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi assured the House that the matter will be taken up with the appropriate authorities.
और सुषमा जी ने बहुत कैटेगरिकली इस मुद्दे पर जो भी अमेरिका में रह रहे हैं, मैं बता रहा हूँ, जो भी रह रहे हैं उनकी सुरक्षा और उनकी सुरक्षा के प्रति जो है वो संवेदनशीलता के साथ जिम्मेदारी के साथ काम। ये स्पेसिफिक इशू जो इन्होंने ये इंसिडेंट बताया है उसके बारे में भी हम जानकारी देंगे।
Deputy Chairman P.J. Kurian also urged the government to take up the issue at the highest level and inform the House about subsequent developments.
Said it should be taken at the highest level. I said here, and you didn't hear that. I said from the chair. That it should be taken at the highest level.
A 40-year-old woman from Andhra Pradesh and her 7-year-old son were murdered in their home in New Jersey on Thursday. Her husband found the bodies when he returned home from work. The family alleged it was a hate crime. In February, 32-year-old IT professional Srinivas Kuchibotla was killed and his friend was injured when a man named Adam Purinton opened fire at them at a bar in Kansas. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha Television. Well, the government assured the upper house on Friday that children will not be deprived of midday meals if they do not have Aadhaar cards. HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar stressed that a large number of beneficiaries already have the Aadhaar and facilities will be made to enroll the remaining students as well.
HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar informed the Rajya Sabha during Zero Hour that ever since the linking of Aadhaar with the midday meal scheme, leakages had come down. He, however, clarified that in cases where facilities for Aadhaar can't be created, the state governments will provide the unique numbers to students.
मैं सबको ये बिल्कुल अधिकृत रूप से बताना चाहता हूँ कि किसी को भी मिड डे मील से छात्रों को वंचित नहीं रखा जाएगा। सबको मिड डे मील मिलेगा और सबको आधार कार्ड भी मिलेगा। बहुत छात्रों के पास है, जिनके पास नहीं है उनको वहां सुविधा भी दी जाएगी। अगर जिनके पास वहां सुविधा भी नहीं है वहां
राज्य सरकार एक उनको यूनिक नंबर देगी और ये पहल शुरू होते ही जो छात्रों का बोगस नाम रजिस्टर करके चोरी करते थे उसमें कमी आने लगी है।
Javadeka's assurance came after Congress leader Motilal Vora raised the issue of Aadhaar card being made mandatory under the midday meal scheme through a zero-hour mention.
मिड डे मील योजना शुरू करने का मूल उद्देश्य यही था कि अधिक से अधिक बच्चों को स्कूल लाया जा सके। इस योजना में इस समय लगभग 12 करोड़ बच्चे पंजीकृत हैं। लगता है कि सरकार ने इस योजना से बच्चों को अलग करने का मन बना लिया है। अन्यथा एक एक स्कूल में आधार टीम भेजकर छात्रों व अन्य के आधार कार्ड तैयार कराए जाते ताकि उनकी वास्तविक संख्या का पता लग सके।
Kehkashan Parveen of the JDU voiced concern over rampant female feticide across the country, while Tapan Sen of the CPIM raised the issue of surging pendency of industrial disputes.
लैंगिक असमानता पर कानूनी व्यवस्था तथा सामाजिक संवेदनहीनता भारी पड़ती दिख रही है। ये समाज में सबसे बड़ी समस्या में से एक है। इसकी मार सबसे ज्यादा लड़कियों और औरतों पर पड़ रही है। इसका खामियाजा समाज को भुगतना पड़ रहा है। बेशक स्थिति बदल रही है, लेकिन कन्या भ्रूण हत्या आज भी बंद नहीं हुई है।
The pendency of the cases increased and it is now 13,165. And if you see last 3-4 years, the figure is hovering from 12,000 to 15,000. That means the issues are coming up and not getting settled.
A demand to remove the creamy layer criteria in OBC reservation was also raised during zero hour. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, moving on now, the Supreme Court issued notices to the Election Commission of India in a plea seeking probe into alleged EVM tampering in the recent state polls. Now, a bench comprising Chief Justice of India J.S. Keher, Justices D.Y. Chandrachud and Sanjay Krishnan Paul was hearing a PIL filed by Advocate M.L. Sharma. The top court asked the Central Poll Panel to file its reply within 4 weeks. The petition seeks examination of the quality, software, malware and hacking effect in the EVMs from a reliable electronic lab, scientist and software expert. However, the court did not issue a notice to the centre and others mentioned in the PIL. The plea comes almost 2 weeks after Bahujan Samaj Party chief Mayawati alleged that the EVM tampering was the reason for the BSP's dismal performance in the Uttar Pradesh polls. The allegations were echoed by Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. The electronic voting machine tampering issue also rocked the parliament yesterday, with opposition staging a walkout during Ravi Shankar Prasad's response on the issue in the Rajya Sabha.
हमने सारे डाटा चेक किए, टेक्निकल रिपोर्ट के साथ में हमने अपनी पिटीशन फाइल की और कोर्ट से हमने रिक्वेस्ट की कि इन मशीनों को इंडिया से बाहर किसी भी अमेरिका की रेपुटेड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक लैब से किसी कंप्यूटर साइंस वैज्ञानिक एक्सपर्ट जो साइंटिस्ट है उससे करवाई जाए, जिससे ये प्रूव हो सके कि ईवीएम मशीन आसानी से हैक की जा सकती है, टेम्पर्ड की जा सकती है या पहले से ही टेम्पर्ड है।
Well, Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda has appealed to the striking doctors to resume their duty, saying that he has asked the state government to provide security to them at hospitals. The striking junior doctors in Maharashtra are protesting the increased number of cases of assaults by relatives of patients on them.
हमने स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स को कहा है कि डॉक्टर्स को सिक्योरिटी दी जानी चाहिए और उसके लिए जो भी उचित व्यवस्था की जा सके उसको करने की आवश्यकता है। सरकार उनकी बातों से के प्रति सहानुभूति भी रखती है और उसके प्रति प्रोएक्टिव है। वी आर रिस्पॉन्डिंग अकॉर्डिंगली। दे शुड कम बैक एंड दे शुड स्टार्ट रिजॉल्व देयर ड्यूटीज और हम इस पर आईएमए से भी बातचीत करके इसको हम एक कंक्लूसिव एंड तक ले जाएं।
Well, doctors in Delhi too had gone on mass leave on Thursday to support their counterparts in Maharashtra. but they resumed duty on Friday. Earlier, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis had called the attitude of the striking doctors adamant and insensitive. He also warned of legal action and gave them an ultimatum to resume duties at the earliest. Among the demands that have been accepted are security audit of hospitals and access to control to OPD, casualty and other wards. The demand for armed security guards has also been accepted. The Bombay High Court also came down heavily on the agitating resident doctors for not resuming duty despite assuring so on Thursday.
उसके बाद चीफ मिनिस्टर ने थ्रू एश्योरेंस तो दिया ही है थ्रू और पूरा स्टेटस जो माननीय हाईकोर्ट का ऑर्डर है वो हिसाब से पूरा कैसे सिक्योरिटी कब से बढ़ानी है सब कुछ एश्योरेंस दिया है. ग्राउंड रियलिटी में भी सिक्योरिटी बढ़ रही है. ये सब होने के बाद इतना आश्वासन मिल गया और साथ में जितने भी डॉक्टर जिनको एक्सपल्शन निष्कासन नोटिस दिए हैं वो सब वापस लिए जाएंगे और कोई भी रेसिडेंट निवासी डॉक्टर को विक्टिमाइज नहीं किया जाएगा.
Well, here's a roundup of all the other news from across the country in Nationwide. A high-level committee meeting chaired by Home Minister Rajnath Singh approved assistance of about 5,021 crore rupees to 10 states affected by flood, drought and other natural disasters. The states include Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka, Manipur, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh. Shiv Sena MP Ravindra Gaikwad was barred from flying by 4 private Indian carriers. This comes after he assaulted an Air India officer. Air India has filed 2 complaints against the MP and the Shiv Sena has sought an explanation from him. The CBI on Friday charged 5 more people in a coal block allocation case against former Congress MP Naveen Jindal and others. The fresh supplementary charge sheet was filed after prosecution witness Suresh Singhal turned approver in the case. The accused have denied the charges. The Karnataka government said it will not release Kaveri water to Tamil Nadu as asked by the Supreme Court as the state itself is facing a shortage of drinking water. In its last verdict, the top court had ordered to release 2,000 cusecs of Kaveri water by Karnataka. It's time for a short break now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Aditya L1. This is going to be the first Indian mission to observe the sun. Coming back to Astrosat, we have spent many years first developing the individual payloads. The first time we have developed X-ray optics in the country. First time we have developed UV optics in the country.
Watch Eureka with Dr. Sita Somasundaram, Program Director, SSPO at ISRO, only on Rajya Sabha Television.
Raju Ki Baoli, located in Mehroli, is considered the most ornamental of Baolis in the national capital. It was built by Daulat Khan during the reign of Sikandar Lodhi in 1516. Raju refers to masons who used it. The entire structure is subterranean, so only the topmost story is visible as the visitor approaches. Walk towards its steps and each lower level slowly reveals itself. The top floor has a row of arched niches. There are 3 levels going down with 66 steps. The Baoli complex has a 12-pillar tomb and a mosque with plaster decoration on it. Carved brackets support the chhajja below the parapet. There are rooms behind this arcade meant for shade and shelter for visitors. The Baoli combines Islamic architecture with hints of Hindu engravings and geometric designs.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, 2 days after the deadly terror attack in London, the police is investigating the connection of Khalid Masood, the main suspect of the attack. Meanwhile, hundreds are gathering to condole the deaths and condemn the attack.
Hundreds of people gathered in London's Trafalgar Square to remember the victims of Wednesday's attack near the UK Parliament.
We want people to know that Islam means peace. The word itself means peace. So we're over here wearing these shirts saying I am Muslim, so that people can believe that we are with London, we are with Europe, we are with the West in any attack that happens against any sort of nation, any race, any culture, any religion, we are with them.
2 days after the attack, heavy security was deployed at the Westminster Bridge. The attacker was identified as 52-year-old British-born Muslim convert Khalid Masood.
Yesterday we named the dead terrorist as Khalid Masood. We stated he had a number of aliases, and we do know his birth name was Adrian Russell.
After the Islamic State group claiming responsibility for the attack, the police are now focusing on how the perpetrator was radicalized. 2 more people have been arrested, taking the number of people in custody to 9.
Whilst there is still no evidence of further threats, you will understand our determination is to find out if either he acted totally alone, inspired by perhaps terrorist propaganda, or if others have encouraged, supported or directed him.
Tourists, though shocked by the attack, say the incident won't deter their plans to move freely.
We didn't change our plans to visit London because we won't be stopped by these events. We have to live our lives and so we will stay here 3 days.
London witnessed the deadly attack on Wednesday just outside its House of Commons as Khalid Masood drove into pedestrians on Westminster Bridge before crashing his car. He then ran inside the gates of the Parliament building where he stabbed a police officer before he was shot dead. 5 people were killed, including Masood, and over 40 injured in the attack. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, US President Donald Trump demanded a make-or-break vote in the House of Representatives on Friday on a new healthcare bill. The American Health Care Act is intended to replace parts of President Barack Obama's signature Obamacare law. A vote on Thursday was delayed because of opposition from some Republicans. While conservatives felt that the bill did not go far enough to repeal the Obamacare healthcare legislation, the moderates felt that the plan could hurt their constituents. Trump reportedly warned fellow Republicans in a closed-door meeting that they had a choice between voting for his bill or being stuck with Obamacare for good. Trump needs 216 Republicans to vote for the bill. If 22 Republicans join the Democrats in voting against the bill, it will fail. As of Thursday morning, 30 Republicans had reportedly planned to vote no or were leaning that way.
For 7.5 years, we have been promising the American people that we will repeal and replace this broken law because it's collapsing and it's failing families. And tomorrow we're proceeding.
Well, here's a roundup of the other international news and global buzz. China will now focus to expand free trade to more sectors in Australia. This comes after Chinese Premier Li Keqiang met this Australian counterpart Malcolm Turnbull. China is already Australia's largest trading partner in business that has been propelled by the wide-ranging free trade agreement between the two in 2015. An MOU tied to US $4.6 billion was also signed. At least 10 people, including 4 children, were killed as a cement-laden truck overturned in Bangladesh's Mymensingh district. 9 people died on the spot while another succumbed to his wounds as he was being rushed to a nearby hospital along with 4 other injured people. The victims were mostly day laborers. South Korean experts and workers continue to raise a ferry that sank nearly 3 years ago, killing more than 300 people. The ferry was overloaded and traveling too fast on a turn when it capsized during a routine voyage off the southwest coast in April 2014. South Korea's Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries said that the vessel will be moved on to a semi-submersible vessel and then it will be taken to a nearby port for inspection. Finally, some sports news now. The Australian cricket team met the Dalai Lama on Friday in Dharamshala, where the team will play its final test match against India. After the meeting, batsman Peter Hanscom said that the team was absolutely honoured to meet the Tibetan spiritual leader. The players listened to the Dalai Lama and later posed for pictures with him. If Australia win the series, currently tied at 1-1 after 3 games, it would be their first series win in India since 2004. For India, on the other hand, the big concern is captain Virat Kohli's injury status. Kohli's inclusion into the playing 11 for the decided test remains doubtful as he nurses a shoulder injury he sustained in the 3rd test. Uncapped Mumbai batsman Shreyas Iyer flew on the eve of the final as cover for Kohli. The Indian skipper said that he would take a call with the team physio after a fitness test.
I have to accept that fact and try to get, 100% fit for the game. If not, I'm sure, the guys will take it as an opportunity to still take the team ahead. And everyone's really, proud and motivated to play for the country. And me playing or not playing shouldn't make so much of a difference to the other 10 guys because they have a responsibility to fulfill as well.
Well, that's it on this newscast. Have a good evening.